Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and welcome to my review of the Day Designer Academic Year Planner launch. You guys, I've got quite a few things here to show you, and this is the first time that the Day Designer has sent me anything besides their planners. I have never gotten these items before, so I'm excited to check these out and share them with you. And why don't we just start with these because these are new to me and I'm just kind of jazzed up to see what they're all about. First is this set of paperback notebooks, and they have a glossy finish on their cardstock cover. And what is cool about these is that they have that signature look of the Day Designer Notes pages, which is very versatile because it's 3 columns, but you can barely see how the columns are divided, and therefore you can use them as just one column, lines all the way across if you want to. So you can either have 3 headers, or you could divide this into 3 different components of a single title. So if you wanted to use it for 3 columns, this could be dairy, meats, canned goods for a grocery list as a poor example. But if you wanted to use this as a single column, line straight across, you could say Monday, March 15th, 2024. Or you could put the temperature over here. You see what I'm getting at. You can just use this header in a versatile way, and you can use the lines in a versatile way. They're dotted, they're light, so you really don't notice that the columns are divided in 3. So it's really 2 layouts in one, depending on how you decide to use it. In fact, it could be 3 layouts in one if you wanted to combine 2 columns for one thing and then use the 3rd column for something totally different. You could use this as a budget tracker, a checking account expense tracker, because you could very easily split this into date, item, and amount. There's just a lot of things you can do with it, and I'm going to estimate that there are 30 pages or so in each one. They say notes on the front. This one is black with gold dots, very small dots. This is their classic stripe look, which you've probably seen before if you've looked at Day Designer at all. The inside is the same on all 4. This one is white with gold dots. Same interior layout, and they come in this set of 4. And this one is sort of an animal print. It is metallic, gold metallic, but also a beige background and sort of a taupe and white spotting and the same interior. So these are great. You could break them up and add them to stockings. You could just get a pack for yourself, put one in your bag when you're leaving the house, because very often you need something to take a note on when you're on the go, and this does not weigh very much and it won't take up very much room. You could probably wipe it off to a certain degree before it would cause any damage to the cover, because it is a glossy finish and it's a set of 4. Here's a set of bookmarks in pretty much the same designs, except for one that's different here. So there's white with gold dots, black with gold dots, 2 in their classic stripe, and then one that is sort of an abstract print, but with the same color scheme as this notebook. And you could get these things to go together, mark your page in your little notebook, because these are magnets. You may have seen this kind of bookmark before. Keep your page like that. Doesn't bulk up the book very much. I like the classic stripe personally. I've always liked the look of this, and one year I even made assignment books for my piano students that looked a little bit like this, and you could coordinate your little notebook with your bookmark. Those come in a set of 5, so you'd have 1 more than what you needed for these notebooks. So you might have like 4 for your little notebooks and then an extra one that you could use in your planner. You might also want to mix up the patterns a little bit because the color scheme is the same and they mix and match beautifully, as you can see. The next accessory is this notepad that has a nice firm backing on it. Lots of sheets in here. I don't really know how many, but I would say 50 would be a good guess. This might be 52 even, enough for a whole year. And it's a menu planner. So you plan out what your meals are going to be here, and then you put your grocery list there, and then you tear off the page, and you could fold this and just have your grocery list in front of you as you shop. If you have some items you want from other stores, you could put them on the back, however you want to do that, of course. And then look at the pretty floral design that's on the top. Isn't that really pretty? And they have this in a citrus pattern also. And I was curious to know if this pad would fit in my Erin Condren vegan leather stand-up folio, and it does. So that's another idea if you happen to have one of those in your collection of planner items. But let's do a little pen test quickly on this just to see how the paper holds up with a typical gel pen. Okay, so I just whipped up a mock menu and grocery list to go with it. And what I did, since this is not divided into areas of the grocery store, after I made my menu plan here, I just went through, pulled out all of the meats and then all of the produce and then the canned goods and then the dairy items and then sort of other. And I used a Pilot G2 and there was no shadowing or bleed through or anything like that. Not that you would particularly care with a menu plan and shopping list. So this is a really neat and functional, practical item that you could actually use in the car because you've got this sturdy backing here. So it could actually be something that if you just need to get out of the house and think and make your grocery list when you're actually in the parking lot of the grocery store, you could do that if you want to. Or you could just use it at home, put it in your kitchen, write down things as you run out of them, and then that way when you plan your menu, you've also got your list of things that you need to restock. Now we're getting into the main event, the academic year planners. I have two of the flagship original size planners here. This is the Deluxe Weekly, and this one is the original Daily. So this cover is a new one, and this is available on March 13th. It's called Fresh Sprigs. This was my favorite cover. It has a blush interior, sort of a peachish blush interior, and you can tell I like that color. I have the same cover on the original Daily Planner, and I really love this. Now, there are 6 designs that are going to be available in both the original Daily and the Deluxe Weekly. So I will pop those designs up on the screen. All of the designs that they have are available in the Daily because this is their original thing, the Daily Planner. I didn't actually realize that. I thought maybe Weekly would have been their original and then Daily would have been something they added later, but apparently it's the other way around. And then a handful of these are also available in a mini size, which is about like this. Okay, the mini size. We're going to start with the original Daily, and this is the standard size. There is also the mini size, as I said, and you can see it's very elegant. There are yellow gold corner bumps on all 4 of the outer corners. The O-ring binding is a yellow gold that's very bright and sparkly. It's not a vintage looking gold. It's more of like just a bright gold. And the cover is hard. You can wipe it clean. It's not bendable, so it's a very sturdy cover. When you open it up, the lining that you have is going to vary depending on the cover that you choose. So each cover has its own coordinating color for the inside. There is a pocket here that has stickers in it. So here are 2 sticker sheets. These are the Day Designer stickers that we see each year. I don't believe there are any changes to them. They all have yellow gold metallic, and there are to-do, meeting, party, vacation, me time, grateful, exercise, birthday, payday, big day, due today, don't forget, some airplanes, checks, coffee cups, champagne glasses, some little flags and event stickers. I would definitely write on these with a permanent pen because they are slick. And then some gold flags, stars, and hearts. When you turn the first page, you'll see your title sheet, and it says here July 2024 to June 2025. So it's a 12-month planner that starts in July. You have a space for your word of the year, if found, please contact, and a place for your name. And that is a pretty thick sheet there. Then you get one of the things I really like about Day Designer, and that is this snap out ruler with gold numbering on it, and it says today. And the reason I really like it is because if you put it right here on the 2nd or the 1st, if you want it to stick out just a little bit, put it on the 2nd one. But because the cover stands above the pages a little bit, I think probably putting it on the top rung of that coil it's probably not really a rung, but the top ring of that coil helps you to see today peeking out. So you can put this anywhere in the planner and find your place really quickly. And then you can measure up to 7 inches or just use it to draw a straight line. How to use your day designer. This is what that page looks like. I won't read it all, but I'll give you the headers. Plan with purpose, personal assessment, heart goals, monthly actions and weekly routines, daily habits, today and to do, top 3, do, dollars, dinner, don't forget, notes, gratitude, flexibility, notes pages. The result, life well designed. And then that page that I did not read explains how you go through these preparatory pages. Here's your self-assessment. Where am I in life? And you can see on the left some of the areas of life that they suggest for you, and they leave you about 6 blank areas at the bottom of the page. And you can rank these by very important, somewhat important, neutral, not that important, not at all important. And that helps you prioritize and set some goals. And then this is where you figure out what your heart goals are. You list your top 5 values, top 5 passions, top 5 strengths. See if there's any overlap there. Those would be your strongest areas of life that you would want to pursue, most likely. And then over here, you get my goals, what is important to me. We break down the goals into 3-month chunks. So this is 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. Self-care, relationships, personal development, resources, vocation. Those are the headers. And then you have by the quarter goals that you want to set for them. Then on this page, my plan, what steps do I take to get there? So you describe your goal here and then describe monthly actions that would help you get there. Break those monthly actions down into a weekly routine and break it down even further into daily habits or just one habit, and describe what progress looks like. There's room for 10 goals on this page. And then this is one of my favorites. I use this a lot. You're going to see throughout the Day Designer that it is a Monday start planner. So if you are a fan of that, you're going to like this because you've got your weekend over here together. Monday is in the first column of the calendar. Now this is not an actual calendar. This is where you design your ideal month. I would use pencil for this and rearrange it as needed. Plot things down. I love to use an ideal month workspace like this because it helps me decide if there's something that I do every month, which Monday, for example, do I want to do that on? The 1st and the 3rd, the 2nd? Do I want to do this on a Wednesday? Do I want to do it every Wednesday? Just the first one or the last one, etc. Then you've got your ideal week, making it happen. Your days are broken up into morning, afternoon, and evening. The mornings go from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. The afternoons go from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then the evening goes from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. So even if you work a night shift, the only hours that are not included here are 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. And you could edit this if you needed to, but I think most people would find these hours sufficient. You've got Monday first and then ending on Sunday. And you design an ideal week. And of course, every week is not going to be ideal. But if you have a template for the best way that your week could run in place, then when you actually plan a real week, what you're going to be able to do is modify it, but use that as your starting place. I think it's very helpful. You get a list of 2024 holidays on the left, 2025 holidays here, birthdays and other important days. So this is a heavy sheet since it's a tabbed page, and you have room for a whole lot, maybe 60 or so important dates that you can list here. And then you'll be able to reference it easily because it's on the front of the July tab. The July tab, by the way, is like a gold metallic with white writing. And then when you flip the page, this is what each month will look like. It's not in color, it's grayscale. And it is a Monday start. Your sidebar is on the left, and there's a large margin at the top where you can list things, you can decorate, put some stickers down or washi tape, whatever you'd like to do. Your holidays are called out with little flags, and then the weekends are lightly shaded. That's helpful if you're not used to a Monday Start Planner. You might need that visual to help you remember that Saturday and Sunday are over on the right. In the daily layout, this is what your days look like. So at the top, you'll see the date, very understated, and the day of the week. And then you get an inspirational quote. This one says, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Then every day we'll have your top 3, and then those 4 Ds: do, dinner, dollars, and don't forget. Then on the left column, you'll get an hourly schedule for the day. It's broken into hour segments, not half hours, from 5 in the morning until 9 in the evening. And if you only need to plan 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., you could definitely alter that and break it into half hours if you wanted to. The right column is a to-do list. And at the bottom, you get a little notes section and a box for daily gratitude. Every day is like that, but you get that unique motivational quote at the top of each page. And then when you get to the weekend, Saturday and Sunday are combined, so be aware of that. There is the schedule, but not the to-do list. There is room for today's top 3, but not the 4 Ds like do, dinner, dollars, and don't forget. That is just for the Monday through Friday weekdays. But look at this bonus on the weekend page. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is a great place for a meal plan or to jot down upcoming appointments for next week. So then you're going to start on Monday again. Because of the way that Saturday and Sunday are combined, Monday's always going to be on the left. Saturday and Sunday will always end up on the right, so you have the next Monday here. Then when you get to the end of the month, if there is not a remaining day for the right side, you will get a notes page. Sometimes it's not a notes page. In this case, at the end of July, we did have an extra page. So on the front of the August tab, you get one of the Day Designer's signature layouts for their notes pages, which can be 3 columns or just 1 lined page with the title area broken into 3. And then August looks like this, exactly the same way. So when you flip through, you can see how the little flags call out holidays for us. It's very easy to flip right to the month. I like that there is no preliminary page. When you start the month, you go right to the calendar. May, June is the last month in this one. So when you get to the end of June, you'll have some notes pages. So it's just one of these that has the 3 column look to it. And then there's 1, 2, 3 blank pages. So not a lot of notes pages. That is because this is a fat book as it is. It is a daily. So it has 365 days worth of planning pages in it. And I'm thinking that this is the original layout that Day Designer came in. And that's why it's available in every single one of their covers. Now let's compare this to the weekly layout. I switched this out to weekly just now. It is thinner. The profile is not as thick because it doesn't have as many pages. When you open it up, there will be the stickers here, just like the ones that I showed you for the daily. And then your title page is the same, and all of your preliminary pages will be the same. So you get the snap-in bookmark. It's exactly the same. If you put it on this top ring, or rung as I did call it, you will be able to see today easily sticking out of the top. How to use your Day Designer. So all of this is the same, except I did not see this in the daily, but it was there. I just accidentally skipped over this page. This is a 12 months at a glance page, which has all of your calendars in pretty large format. These are all Monday start as well, and you can see the weekends barely shaded in. So be aware that this is a Monday start planner. You will want to be a fan of that if you choose Day Designer. But yes, the daily did have the 12 boxes for the yearly overview, just like the weekly. And we have the same page of holidays for 2024, 2025, and your own birthdays and important events. And then your monthly view in the weekly is exactly the same as the monthly view in the daily. There's no difference at all. But here's where things get different. The weekly view is like this. So you have this week's top 3 up here at the top of the left-hand side. At the top of the right-hand side, you get a motivational quote. This one says, "Seize the day, put no trust in the morrow." And that is a quote from Horace. And there's a notes section right underneath that. Monday is over here. We start with Monday in the week and the month. You have lined areas on the left side and a to-do list on the right side. So they call this their today to-do layout. And there are no times on it. So if you need times, then go with the daily instead of the weekly. But you could easily write in times of your appointments on the left and put your to-do list on the right, or vice versa. You could even put your appointments with these little check boxes if you wanted to. It just seems most logical to me to use the left side for times. And then when you get to Saturday and Sunday, just like in the daily, they share the space. So there is only the lined area for Saturday and Sunday. There is no to-do list. And then you get a different quote each week. That one's a Charles Dickens quote. This one's Socrates, and on and on. Then when you get to August, the month view is the same as it was in the daily version of this planner. So all of the months look the same. Sidebar on the left, holidays called out with little flags, shaded areas for the weekend, and a Monday start. So there is a difference though. When we get to the back of the weekly planner, we have some extras. I am a fan of the weekly. That's my personal favorite in Day Designer because I love these extra pages. You know what you get? Some daily pages, and they're undated. I love that in the Day Designer. And look how many you get. So if you don't need a daily layout for all 365 days, but you want the option of a daily layout for a good handful of the days, maybe 60 days or so, then the weekly has got you covered. You would have your weekly format, but then you could flip to the back as needed to plan out an entire day with that same layout we had in the original daily, with times on the left, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., a big checklist on the right column, the 4 Ds, do, dinner, dollars, and don't forget. Did our weekly have the 4 Ds? No. So if you liked that, the daily has it, but so does the weekly in this section of the back. Love that it has both daily and weekly in it. Then you have another large tab. This one was today and to do. And then the notes tab is also big. So this is going to be full of the Day Designer signature layout for notes pages. It's either 3 columns or just treat it as lines all the way across. I would estimate that you get 30 notes pages if you count the front and the back, about 15 pages. Then this last tab says stay on track. And when you get back here, you have 12 expense pages. So you could use this for your monthly bills checklist. If you want to use it for an expense tracker, be aware that there's only 12 of these pages. I personally would need a few more rows because we have more small transactions throughout the month if I was going to log them all. So I would probably use this for my bills and possibly for paychecks. But there are 12 of these. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the columns say date, category or description, and amount. So it's really great to have that on hand, I think, in your planner. Then you get a favorites list. Books to read, movies to watch. Same thing over here, books to read and movies to watch. There are 2 of those. Then you get gift ideas to remember, recipient, occasion, gift idea, where to purchase, and price. Then over here, family, friends, hostess gifts, other. Same sort of sheet over here. It looks exactly the same. So there are 2 of those. Then you get thank you note record. Absolutely love this. Occasion at the top. So if it was your birthday, then you write who the gift was from, what the gift was, check it off when you give them a thank you note. And I don't get that many birthday gifts, so I could write my birthday, and then I would draw a divider at the end of where my birthday gifts were, and then put another occasion here. There's another occasion, so there's 1, 2 occasions. Then you get some packing checklists. 1, 2, 2. So that would be plenty for me. I don't travel a lot. It says destination, dates, number of days, and number of nights. And then your clothing and shoes, accessories, toiletries, essentials, carry-on, miscellaneous. Very handy. I'm always afraid I'm going to forget something when I pack. Okay, then entertainment checklist. So let's see, 1, 2, 2 of those. That's good too. I don't really entertain much more than that. So entertainment checklist, occasion, date and time, the guests, and then do they RSVP, yes or no? Who's bringing what, vendors and budget. That's just a general notes area. Menu and drinks, to do, shopping list, flowers and decor, music and entertainment, other. Very handy. And then this is your 2024-25 bucket list. And this says done here with an exclamation point. So some excitement there. Just do a brain dump because I think you get a whole bunch of this. Yeah, you really do. This is way more bucket list than I would need, but just dream big. You've got room for a ton of possible things that you might do in 2024-2025. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I could probably do with just one, honestly. But if I were younger and more energetic, maybe all 4. And then this is blank, this is blank, this is blank. And you're at the end. There's no pocket at the back. In either one of the planners, there's just the pocket in the front. Now, when you have an O-ring, sometimes they're annoying, especially when you're at the back. But one side will usually close easier. So if you're having a hard time closing the back cover, then probably the front cover will close easily. So here is the size of that pocket. It's not letter size. You will not be able to put a full-size US letter size piece of paper in that unless you fold it. It's not super thick. So you're just going to use this for a small amount of storage. Same thing with the corner bumps on the outer 4 corners. Gold hardware, the little gold outline around Day Designer, and the back information as well. And again, this design, if you like it, is called Fresh Sprigs. Isn't that pretty? Quickly want to show you some of my past Day Designers. I loved this cover too. This was my first Day Designer ever, and it's a mini. So I wanted you to see it because you can compare the size of the mini to the size of the original. And so this one was a daily. If you like sticker kits and stuff, you might have a hard time finding something that fits the Day Designer. You would really just be adjusting sticker kits to fit the layout. But I really think that mini is adorable, and it does have the snap-in ruler, and it has the corner bumps just like the original size one. It's just a miniature version of it. Also, this is how I used the Ideal Week spread. I used pencil, and I did change it up. And this was how I used my Ideal Month spread. And different seasons of life probably need different ideal weeks and different ideal months. So I suggest downloading, I believe they have these as free printables on the website. Get more of those for different seasons of your life. Here are some of my other Day Designers. They do have book cloth options. They always have gorgeous florals and sometimes some abstract or animal patterns as well. And I think the covers are one of the coolest things about Day Designer. Very classy, very pretty. You would be happy to look at this for an entire year. And in my opinion, Day Designer is the winner of packaging of pretty much any planner I've tried. Lots of planners have nice boxes, but I just love the Day Designer box. It's kind of like a drawer, but you can also stand it up on your bookshelf. It has this cute little mint colored pull on it with satin ribbon. The inside is that lovely color. You can use this for storage of anything you like, or just save it to archive your planner in at the end of the year. Even the outer box is special. It has your Day Designer logo. It will probably have a shipping label on it when you receive it, unless you get more goodies in your box, and then it might be pristine like this one, but it's reversible, and look how gorgeous the inside is. You totally can just undo these flaps and refold the box the exact same way the other direction, and you can use it as a gift box. Or use it just to store planner items or archive your planner in if you end up using that inner box for something else. Here's everything that I received. I think it was all really beautiful and high quality. Thank you to the day designer for sending these to me so that I would share them with my audience. I do have a discount code for you that's worth a nice 15% off. My previous code was for 10% off, but now you can use Plan Sarah Plan 15 for 15% off. All of these things will launch on March 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope you will check out their website, see all the beautiful covers. If you do check it out and you have a favorite cover, I would love to know what it was in the comments, because this was a close choice for me. I ended up going with Fresh Sprigs, but I also loved some of the others. The florals are the ones that I'm most drawn to. So tell me in the comments what your favorite cover is, even if you're not going to get a day designer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I really did, and I can't wait to use some of these things. So pretty. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.